Welcome to Chess Nest, the greatest duel that never was, Fischer versus Karpov, 1975. An era-defining clash frozen in time, empty chairs, flags divided, tension high, before a single move was played. Fischer demanded new rules, first to 10 wins, draws not counted. FIDE refused 9-9 retention. Negotiations broke, and the board stayed silent. Imagine it played Fischer's Najdorf prep and Roy Lopez volleys versus Karpov's prophylaxis, Caro-Kann walls, and endgame squeezes, a marathon of nerve and calculation. History left empty chairs and endless debate. Who wins, Fischer or Karpov? Drop your line in the comments and subscribe to Chess Nest.
Fischer, the world champion 11.
One board, two superpowers. Bobby Fischer faces Boris Spassky. Chess becomes a Cold War battlefield. America versus the Soviet chess machine, with the world watching. Fischer's wild opening choices and relentless precision flip the script. Game 6 becomes legend. Harmony on the board, shock in the hall. Spassky applauds, the crown changes hands, history holds its breath. Fischer is hailed as a hero and an enigma. After victory, isolation. Demands mount, trust fades. He walks away, a triumph and a mystery. The greatest game never stops echoing. What would you sacrifice for brilliance?
Karpov, the challenger.
Meanwhile, in the Soviet Union, a new star emerged, Anatoly Karpov, young, composed, and relentlessly strategic. He studied quietly, perfected positional play, and turned patience into a weapon on the board. Karpov squeezed space, restricted pieces, and won games without fireworks, just flawless control. After 1972, the USSR sought the crown back. Karpov stormed the candidates, earning the right to challenge. In 1975, fate met preparation. The title returned, and Karpov began an era of iron discipline. His rise inspired generations. Dive into his story, biography, analysis, interviews, and rare archives for collectors and fans alike.
Changes to FIDE rules.
In a pivotal move, FIDE revised championship rules. Now even draws would weigh in. The change rippled across chess, igniting debate from clubs to grandmasters. Bobby Fischer sat down with FIDE officials, insisting the old format remain. He laid out precise conditions, pushing for purity of competition over convenience. Some points gained, many refused. A clause here accepted, another crossed out. Draws still counted. The stalemate shifted from the board to the negotiating table. A perfectionist to the end, Fischer rejected compromise. Talks collapsed, headlines erupted, and history recorded the moment. Negotiations failed over how chess should be scored.
Negotiations failed.
FIDE issues new championship rules. For the first time, draws will count. Bobby Fischer arrives, laser-focused, demanding the classic format remain intact. FIDE officials push back. Partial changes stay. Fairness must be consistent. Fischer, a perfectionist, refuses a half measure or compromise. He walks away rather than bend the rules. Negotiation failed. Daily News, New York Times. Fischer refuses to play Karpov. On American streets, the news travels fast. Every corner hears it.
What does this mean for the title and the Federation?
It's more than a game. It's a statement.
We waited for the showdown. Now nothing?
Timely, historic, and debated by all. The street keeps talking.
An unexpected decision ripples through the chess world. This morning's papers carry a headline that stops readers cold. Fischer refuses the match, an iconic grandmaster turning away from a duel many called inevitable. The duel fails to materialize, and a classic rivalry freezes. Strategy becomes silence. Anticipation becomes disbelief. For newsreaders, sports fans, and chess enthusiasts, this is a memorable sports moment. Legendary, intense, instantly historic. The headline is simple, the implications vast. Fischer refuses match.
Extra. Karpov is world champion. On Soviet streets, headlines felt heavier than ordinary news. Karpov's victory was announced. Reactions rippled instantly.
Proud day for us. Proof the system works.
Let's trust the papers. The party knows.
But did the match tell the full story?
Pride, doubt, curiosity, different faces sharing one moment. In that era, public reaction meant listening between the lines. History lives in voices on a busy street.
Legend and controversy, two shadows over a single board. Bobby Fischer, unmatched brilliance, uncompromising spirit, stares down the game. Across the squares, Karpov's image lingers, a rival never truly met. Genius that rewrote strategy. Choices that defied convention, debate that endures. Fischer remains a legend, brilliant and controversial. The chess world will not forget.
An empty chair, a silent board. The duel the world never saw. Imagine Fischer's fire meeting Karpov's iron. Aggression versus control. Tactics versus squeeze. Who breaks first? A rook sacrifice hangs in the air. Would genius blink? The greatest game never played. But the dream lives.
Welcome to Chess Nest. Today we imagine the greatest match that never happened. Bobby Fischer versus Anatoly Karpov, 1975. Picture a smoky hall, analog clocks ticking, score sheets waiting. Two legends, two styles, Fischer's fire meets Karpov's ice. Game 1 in our imagination. Fischer opens 1 to e4, Karpov answers Caro-Can. Tension builds through precise trades and quiet advantages. Preparation versus prophylaxis. Fischer's novelties probe, Karpov diffuses, steering to endgames where patience becomes a weapon. Clock pressure, rook endings, tiny inaccuracies. A single tempo decides. Would Fischer's brilliance crack Karpov's wall? History chose silence. But today, we play the what if. Tell us your predicted line and result in the comments.
White opens with king's pawn, controlling center. Black responds with French defense. White establishes strong center. Black challenges the center. Develops knight, supports e4. Pins knight, winnow a variation. Gains space, attacks d6. Counterplay in center. Challenges bishop on b4. Doubles c-pawns, structural trade-off. White maintains central pawns. Queen active on diagonal. Prepares exchange, develops piece. Maintains pressure on queenside. Prepares castling, controls center. Targets key central squares. Completes minor piece development. Opens line, exchanges center pawns. Maintains central control. Active central knight. Simplifying, prepares bb5+. Centralized queen, ready for tactics. Forces black to respond, initiative. Blocks check, prepares exchanges. White trades bishop, opens king's file. King slightly exposed, cannot castle. White king safe, rook ready. Knight move, open file. Rook controls open file. Black rook on open file. Targets weak pawn near king. King steps aside, avoids threats. White gains material. Black queen counters. Prevents checks, gains tempo. Maintains presence, prepares defense. Simplification, reduces risk. Active defensive piece. Secures central structure. Black rook active on open file. Prepares rook activation. Defends structure. Controls open file. Black contests file. Files contested. Balance maintained. Prevents back rank threats. Active rook, eyeing queenside. Prepares maneuver. Targets key squares. Controls center. Targets weak points. Kingside plan, gains space. Edge square controls key squares. Prepares exchange. Files contested. Maintains center. Repetitive maneuver starts. Repositions, controls squares. Threefold repetition imminent. Maintains balance. Repetition continues. Keeps equilibrium. Threefold repetition achieved. Balance maintained. Repetition continues. Draw confirmed.
The position repeats for the third time. Threefold repetition, history echoes balance.
Draw, half a point each. Balance preserved, rivalry respected.
They embrace sportsmanship above victory. In stalemate, wisdom wins.
Eternal draw. Thanks for watching this imaginary match, only on Chess Nest. Imagine history choosing a different path. Fischer, the unstoppable genius, versus Karpov, the cold calculator. A duel meant to crown an ideological war, yet never played. 1975's empty chair before the board became our enduring symbol. In this imagined arena, brilliance meets precision. Every thrust finds an equal parry. Every risk meets flawless restraint. Move after move, pressure rises, but neither breaks. Perhaps their greatness holds each other in balance, an eternal draw. Thanks for watching this imaginary match, only on Chess Nest. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more epic chess stories.